Graeme, one of the key things that you pointed out in your presentation was that these changes in practices need to be demonstrated so that they get adopted. But we're in an environment now where the government has pretty well abrogated itself from any responsibility to do research and development and to engage in extension. Where do you see the challenges in actually getting the message out?
Yeah, I think it's a really big challenge. We've got a proportion of the community which I've picked as called the early adopters after that adoption curve, and they don't need a lot of data, whereas the next group really likes solid evidence before they go into it, and we haven't got that solid evidence yet. We've got evidence enough to show that it works, but there's things like that cost of conversion from going from one system to another. Is it always up? It can be, from my experience working with people, but we need to demonstrate more and more, which is Sam's point as well.
Yeah.
It's that demonstration that's really so.
And demonstrate warts and all?
Yeah, absolutely.
What would be some of the warts?
Well, some of the warts are that you start changing the way you graze animals, you can impact very heavily on animal performance. So we're sort of trying to design systems so that people don't get impacted on that. If you're going from a real low successional environment, like with maybe a lot of annuals and forbs and things, you might go through a stage where it goes to all thistles. People don't like that sort of thing. So how we're trying to develop sort of systems to get enough ground cover to inhibit that germination and establishment of those other plants that they don't want. But it's really, the business is at risk while it's converting. So that's why I go for my trialling, scaling, being very systematic about this, not just going in boots and all. I keep saying if you haven't done it before, then it's a trial. So how do you trial this? And that's what we're working on. And we're looking at getting government funding for the Caring for Our Country program to demonstrate, put these demonstration farms in around Australia and monitor all the environmental, the social and the economic factors.
Yeah. How important do you think the environmental, economic and social aspects are to most farmers?
Yeah, it's a great question, because what we're finding, and this is supported by Sydney University research, is that if the environment's actually being regenerated by your management skill, people are more confident, they're more happy about the future. But everyone says that it's all about show me the money, and it's actually not, because a lot of people I work with, it's actually more about that sort of that combination of family, environment and the money. But the money's got to be high enough to pay the bills and put the kids to school and do all that other stuff. So,
Do you have a takeaway message for people that are thinking of, or maybe haven't had the epiphany yet, but maybe going into a different way of doing things? Is there any sort of...
The only thing is and I keep saying it, it's got to be, you do a small trial, create a grassland that's a perfect grassland to the target. I've been saying to people, this is a bit like the Mythbusters program. If they can't get something to work, they get a bigger bomb. So just learn to do that. So what's that combination of recovery, animal impact, to create that really healthy, vibrant, functioning grassland? One of the things that we've found in the grasslands is that no one has any understanding of ground covers, understory, mid-story and canopies. In a healthy pasture grassland, you will have those things before you graze it. Then you graze it clean and then let it come again. So, that's sort of...
Thanks, Graeme.
No worries.